5-liter one over here. The packing is exactly the same. You lift this cover, the plug with some booklets over here, plastic cover covering it, the lure open. In the last video I said there's no carrying handle. I was mistaken. It does have a carrying handle. Alright. This is the inside of the box. There isn't much to it. The books, I have read them before. And it comes with a free HEPA filter. This is the HEPA filter. Let us open the HEPA filter first. Now I'll get to you. Okay. So this is the HEPA filter for the 12-liter one. Let me stick this over here. And this is the HEPA filter for the 25-liter one. It has a soft foam, something all wrapped around it to seal it. It goes this way and you pull this mesh filter out. The meaco thing inwards, the tabs inwards. Because obviously if the tabs are the other way around, you can't pull it out. And then you slide it in over here. So, big brother, little brother. The lure is a manual. They're exactly the same function, Wi-Fi app. The same sort of concept over here. These are compressor dehumidifiers. And the only difference is this one consumes 130 watts. This one consumes nearly 300 watts. And the water tank on this one is smaller. It doesn't have any carry handle. Unbox this part as well. This is a 2.5-liter water tank and you have to carry it with both hands. You have to carry it with both hands. There is an overflow sensor. It has a garden hose connector. You can connect it somewhere under over there and connect a pipe constantly for constant disposal of water. There is no DC port over here for the internal motor. So all right, let me readjust the camera so you can see things better. So the larger one, it has a DC port over here, and you can buy a 50 or 60 pound internal motor and connect it. They both have this cord tiding something over here, so you can tidy the cord, electric cord to 20 to 40 volts. 3-pin UK plugs. Now, what are the differences between these? So this one is about 16 kilograms. This one is somewhere around 10-11 kilograms. This one has 90 grams of freon refrigerant gas. This one has 45 grams of refrigerant gas. So the refrigerant gas in this one is literally half of the larger one. It is relatively quiet. It consumes half the electricity. meaco says this consumes 6 pence an hour and this one consumes 3 pence an hour. They both have HEPA filter. It's like very hard to find HEPA filters in dehumidifiers. You need them because if you take it down into a mold infested basement, the HEPA filter will filter out the mold the dehumidifier will eventually starve the mold of moisture, but till it does that, the HEPA filter will start filtering it out. It is designed for UK climate. It works from 5 to 35 degrees Celsius, and it has 3 fan speeds. You can't adjust the fan speeds, but let me connect it and I will show you. Okay, before we do a sound and electricity and the pros and cons of this thing, I need to set it up in the Wi-Fi app. So I have the app installed over here, and add device. And I think it should, so this is the 12 liter. It shows that there are 4 versions of Arete Two. The 5 versions, 10 liter, 12 liter. The 10 and 12 liter is this same thing, the same body. The 10 liter has 35 grams of freon. This one has 45 grams of freon. I think they're exactly the same thing. The 18 and 20 liter and the 25 liter, 3 of them are the same, this body design, the larger body design, you can, as you can see over here, and they all are about 15-16 kilograms in weight. The difference is, I think, the amount of freon gas, the refrigerant gas in the compressor. The 18 liter one, I faced a problem. It had this I have to cut this part out. Okay, so I have to cut a part out, but I just did add, and it automatically detected that there's a 12 liter dehumidifier, and it has connected it. All I need to do is switch it on from here, reduce the humidity to 1440. And well, it takes a while for it to start working. So there is smart humidity. Laundry mode will bring it to 35% relative humidity for 6 hours, and then after that it will shut down. If 35% is achieved before 6 hours, it will shut down, and then if the humidity goes up again, it will restart for 6 hours, and after 6 hours it will completely switch off. Then there is night mode. I don't want to go there. And the air purifying mode means the compressor wouldn't work, just it will continue blowing air to purify the air through the HEPA filter. Let's go back to the, now the night mode is, I can start night mode from here, but to get out of night mode I need to physically get up, come here, press this for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then it will get out of night mode. The night mode is necessary because this display is extremely bright at night. It wouldn't let you sleep in your bedroom. If you like to sleep in a dark place, this one is too bright for a bedroom. So the night mode switches the display off, and I think it modifies some settings, and the air purifier doesn't switch on too much. They have done something. It's a nice thing that whatever they have done, they've done it something good about it. Apart from this, there is nothing else you can do in the app. Change air purifying, and there's other modes, and that's it. Now there's a child lock and stuff like that, and it's the same for the 25 liter one. Now offhand, first impressions, this thing is far quieter than 25 liter one. Why did I buy a 12 liter? I bought this for the bedroom. This one would sit in the living room. This one has a larger tank, and the tank has a carry handle. So this one has a 5 liter tank, double the capacity of the smaller thing. And you can install a water electric pump inside. meaco sells one for 50 or 60 pound, and that pump can be connected right over here. There's a DC port on this one, I hope you know you can't see the DC port, can you? Let me re-angle the camera. Okay, so let me re-explain the whole scenario again. This one has a 2.5 liter tank. There's no carry handle. You have to take it out with both hands. You can slide it back in. This one has approximately 5 liters, double the double the 12 liter or 10 liters capacity. It has a carry handle. You can put an electric pump inside, and the electric pump connects over here to this DC port. This DC port is only available on the larger sized meaco Arete 1 and 2. The larger ones, the 18, 20, 25 liter. I think the 18, 20, 25 is a gimmick, except for the amount of freon gas in all of them. So what I discovered is in the 18 liter one, the one that I bought, I didn't test the 20 liter one, but the 18 liter version of this thing, it started producing slushing sound, so I returned it. I didn't like that sound, and I had to return it. What happened is the HEPA filter, when fixed into the dehumidifier, the dehumidifier will start producing a sound which resembles something like some liquid slushing through a pipe. And that was very irritating. It was even more noise than the humming of the compressor and the fan. So I didn't like that. Now, why would you want to buy a 12 liter instead of a 25 liter? Well, to be honest, if I had only one dehumidifier, I would go with the 25 liter one, put it in a central place in the house, and it will suck moisture throughout the house. It has a very large tank. So realistically, the first few days, I had to keep throwing the tank out. It reached somewhere around 3 liters of water extracted a day. But later on, it came down to about a liter and a half a day. So I need to empty the larger one once every 3 days, 4 days, something like that. Now, if you have a large house, and the house I live in, it's a new build, so there's no damp issues or none of those other problems. So in that scenario, and the house is well insulated, this larger unit started consuming 1 pound of electricity a day, switched on 24/7. Obviously, the compressor isn't running 24/7. I set a relative humidity of 40%, and it will switch on and off, maintain 40%. And in that switching on and off, it consumed 1 pound of electricity. Another thing I found out is when I installed 2 large units or 3 large units, they consumed 1 pound. Not each, but 3 of them combined, they still consumed somewhere around 1.25 pounds of electricity. If you turn the dehumidifier to at, say, infinite dehumidification, it will not extract water out of the air. Rather, it will warm the air, warm the room. So now the same thing that I keep coming back to. Why did I buy the smaller one? Electricity cost. This one consumed, the larger one consumes 270 watts of electricity. This consumes 135 watts of electricity. So I can keep this running in the room. There is an balanced humidity level throughout the house. This thing warms the house as well, warms the bedroom. This one also warms the bedroom. They all do it. Now, why not buy the cheaper Amazon 100 pounds, 80 pounds dehumidifier? This thing is designed in such a way that you can stand it flat against a wall, it will still work. This is the design feature. You start to realize that the people that made this, they put some brains into making it. They just didn't buy a plastic cover and put a compressor in and just sell it to you. This company offers a 5-year warranty on their products, and the warranty is really nice. Any issue you experience, call the call center and they're extremely helpful. I have experienced this with them. So this customer service is very nice. The only problem is the display doesn't, but these are software issues. The fan speed cannot be controlled by us. The consumer cannot control it. It's some automated thing. It controls the fan speed themselves. And I think if the 18-liter complaint that I have, I think if they can twerk the fan speed, increase it a little bit with a HEPA filter installed, I think that issue might not exist, because once I removed the HEPA filter from the 18-liter, that slushing sound went away immediately. And I installed the HEPA filter back, and in 3-4 minutes, that slushing sound came back on. So it had to do something with the fan speed. This fan wasn't cooling enough, or something was up. I don't know. It's a technical thing. But I think they can modify and rectify that problem through a software update. These things also have software updates like your mobile phones. This one is a cute little thing. Oh my God. The compressor switched on, and I actually did not. It shaked a bit. They do shake a little bit, but I couldn't notice the voice of the compressor. This one, I can notice the compressor's hum, especially if you keep it switched on for too long a time. It starts humming. The HEPA filters, you can buy them from meaco. I think they sell 3 of these for 30-35 pounds, depending on either of these models. One HEPA filter, the larger HEPA filter will fit all the larger Arete ones, and the smaller HEPA filter will fit the smaller, all of them, the newer and the older models. So that is simplified. You can buy a stand that you can mount this to a wall in your laundry room, and it will, you can connect a garden hose and keep it constantly. The water can be plumbed into an outlet. Okay, let us try this one. See if it moves. So it is going to switch on. And let us see when does the compressor kick in. So when the compressor kicks in, I will take my finger off. Oh, it's still. So I can hear the hum of this compressor. And after switching on, I can still listen to the hum. It is quite considerable in a bedroom. This thing, I don't think so. I was able to. Let's do the same thing. When the compressor kicks in, I will take my finger off. So in the laundry mode, why hasn't the compressor kicked on? In the laundry mode, the fan goes full speed and the relative humidity is at 85%. Stand it against a wall in a small house. And that is about it about both these models. The other dehumidifiers that I saw on the market, they were consuming 300 watts, 400 watts, 500, 600. The desiccant ones, they are nearly 1,000 watts. And that is extremely inefficient. You only need to buy the desiccant dehumidifiers if the temperature is going to go somewhere near 1 degree Celsius. Oh my God, this compressor switched on, it didn't shake, and the noise, the hum is not something I don't think you'll be disturbed with the smaller one in the bedroom. If you're buying one, just buy the big one, put it in a central place in your house. It will dehumidify the whole house. If you live in a 2-story house, leave this downstairs, use this upstairs, you'll be fine. And keep this at a lower relative humidity than this one. So that will collect more moisture and easier to dispose of. This one doesn't need, it just needs maybe Okay, one of the relative humidity things that I observed is they advise 55% relative humidity. That's where they put a heart on. In winter, I've observed that 40% relative humidity is what makes your house feel dry and warmer. 45% is relative. This, you need to be at 45 to 50%. If somebody has flu or is coughing in your home with dryness, then you need to maintain it between 50, 45 and 50. But if everybody is fine, nobody has asthmatic or any of those stuffs, then 40% relative humidity is good. However, at 40%, it will consume maybe 30 to 40% more electricity than the 50% relative humidity or 45% relative humidity. Forget about it consuming 6 pence an hour, 3 pence an hour. That is when the compressor is switched on. And the compressor doesn't stay switched on all day. So at an average, now if I run both these units at 40% relative humidity, I'm expecting somewhere about a pound of electricity combined by both these units. So this one will consume maybe 80 pence and maybe this one would consume 20 pence throughout the day. One other thing you need to observe is that you need to register the warranty with meaco for the 5-year warranty. If you don't register on the website, I don't know, something might happen. These have both direct current fans, DC fans. DC fan, they can go from 0 to 100 and 100 to 0. They can vary their speed. The older models had AC fans and they were fixed at maybe medium and high, and there was no in between any of them. So that is why they were a little noisier. These ones have excellent resale value. You can resell these ones above £100 on eBay. They come with casters, and you need to let them stand straight once you receive them for 6 hours. And after 6 hours, when the oil in the compressor has settled down, then you need to switch them on. That is why I'm making the video so late at night.